Most people throw away the lemon peel. This video is about what happens when you do not. No bake, no cream cheese, no compromise on evidence. Every ingredient in this ramekin has a reason. Every reason has a source. Stay with me. The crust goes in first. It needs time to chill before the filling touches it. 1 cup superfine blanched almond flour, 3 tablespoons salted butter melted, 1 or 2 tablespoons monk fruit allulose blend, and a pinch of non-iodized salt. That salt distinction matters, and it's coming. Mix until it holds together when pressed. It should feel like wet sand. Divide evenly among 3 9-ounce ramekins. Press firmly with the back of a spoon. Every layer firm contact with the base. This crust holds everything above it. Into the refrigerator now for a minimum of 20 minutes. A warm crust absorbs moisture from the filling and loses its texture. We'll come back to these. Before this jar went together, it ran through the Healthy Skillet Standard. Every claim has a source, every source has a standard, every standard has evidence. Starting with the salt. You have probably read that iodized salt kills fermentation bacteria. The published research does not support that claim. A peer-reviewed study I found states that iodized salt did not statistically significantly influence the microbial populations in lactofermentation. The real reasons to use non-iodized salt are flavor, purity, brine clarity, and result predictability. Iodized salt imparts a metallic taste. Anti-caking agents cloud the brine. Fewer variables mean faster diagnosis when something goes wrong. That's the honest answer. That's the Healthy Skillet Standard. Filtered water only, not tap. Chlorine exerts a strong inhibitory effect on lactic acid bacteria during the early stages of lactofermentation, even at the low concentrations typical of tap water, 0.5 to 2 milligrams per liter. Chlorine disrupts acid production before fermentation can establish itself. And here's a trick. If you don't have a filter, let tap water sit uncovered for 24 hours on your counter. Chlorine off-gases, so the water becomes safe for fermentation. That's the workaround the University of Illinois Extension confirms in their study. Now the lemon. Lactofermentation does not just preserve it, it transforms it. Salt-packed preserved lemons over 4 weeks. The lactobacillus bacteria, which is naturally present on the lemon skin, convert the sugars into lactic acid. That lactic acid lowers the pH. The rind softens. The bitterness from the compounds in the pith neutralizes. The peel, the part most people discard, becomes the most usable and most flavorful part of the fruit. The lactofermentation increases the bioavailability of vitamin C and the polyphenols by breaking down the cell walls that limit absorption in the raw fruit. Every tablespoon of fermented lemon in this filling carries live probiotic cultures into the finished cheesecake. The ingredient is doing more than adding flavor. Rinse lightly if the salt level is intense. Pat dry. The fermented lemon is soft and concentrated. Dicing it finely takes patience, however. Remove the pith before dicing and use the rind only. Add as much or as little as suits your taste. The fermented rind is intensely flavored. Start with less than you think you need and adjust. The rind is not sharp, bitter rind of fresh lemon. It is soft, concentrated, and complex. The fermentation did the work. This is labneh, A2 full-fat Greek yogurt, drained for 48 hours. That distinction is the next evidence layer. fruit allulose blend, starting with 3 tablespoons. Taste and add more. The sweetener does not perform one-to-one with sugar in no-bake applications. Baker's discretion. 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract. But first, the fermented lemon goes in. Fold, don't whisk. Slow strokes with a spatula. Stop when fully combined and smooth. Taste now. Adjust the lemon and sweetener before it goes into the ramekins. Now the evidence behind what you just made. The labneh started as A2 full-fat yogurt at approximately 9 grams of protein per 100 grams. After 48 hours of draining, the protein concentration increased to approximately 12 grams per 100 grams. That's a 30% protein increase from exactly the same starting ingredient. The only change was time and gravity. The whey removal concentrates casein, protein, fat, calcium while reducing lactose. The result is structurally closer to cream cheese than to Greek yogurt. Without the gums, without the stabilizers, without the additives, cream cheese requires to hold its shape. Cream cheese holds its structure through additives. Carrot bean gum, xanthan gum, guar gum, A2 labneh. A 48-hour drain achieves comparable structure, maybe even better, through the straining process alone. The ingredient provides its own structure. That is the standard claim. Watch the spoon. It stands. That's the structural density of 48-hour drained labneh. After 48 hours in the refrigerator, the texture is every bit the same as cream cheese. It's not similar. It's actually the same. The density is what sets this cheesecake without baking, without gelatin, without a single additive. The crusts are set, firm, cold, ready. Spoon the filling over the chilled crust, approximately 2/3 full. Leave headroom for the blueberry topping to come. Smooth the top with a wet spoon. Back into the refrigerator. A minimum of 4 hours. Overnight is better. The filling continues to firm as it chills. This recipe shows 24 hours in the refrigerator. Quick pause while these set. If the video is giving you something useful, if understanding why an ingredient changes how you use it, subscribe so YouTube tells you when the next one goes live. Like the video. It tells YouTube this content is worth showing to someone else. Share it with someone in your life who's trying to clean up what goes into their kitchen. That's how this channel reaches the people who need it. Now, the last evidence layer. The blueberries went through the same fermentation process as the lemon, just shorter. Non-iodized salt, filtered water, lactobacillus bacteria, time. Blueberries are high in anthocyanins, the polyphenol compounds that give them their dark blue-purple color, and their antioxidant activity. Published research shows that the lacto fermentation actually increases the bioavailability of those healthy anthocyanins by breaking down the cell matrix that binds them in the raw fruit. Fermentation, surprisingly, also reduces the natural sugar content of the blueberries. The lactobacillus culture consume the sugar as metabolic fuel. The research confirms this reduction is real. A specific gram per serving number for home fermented blueberries has not yet been quantified in peer-reviewed literature that I could find. The directional claim is sourced. The precise number is not. That distinction matters, and that is the Healthy Skillet Standard. A 2021 PubMed study confirmed that probiotic fermented blueberry juice showed less total and reducing sugars and higher antioxidant potentials than non-fermented juice. The probiotic activity stacks on what the fermented lemon already brought into the filling. 2 fermented ingredients, 2 distinct probiotic contributions, 1 ramekin. These are ready. 9 heaping tablespoons of fermented blueberries should cover the 3 ramekins, which will be about approximately 3 tablespoons per ramekin. Add monk fruit allulose blend to taste after straining, and this is the granulated version. Start with 2 tablespoons and adjust. Again, baker's discretion. 3 layers, 1 spoon. The crust you pressed and chilled, the labneh you built from A2 yogurt and 48 hours of patience, the blueberries that fermentation over 2 days made more bioavailable, lower in sugar, and alive with probiotic activity. This is what the fermentation lemon was building toward. Not a garnish, not a flavor addition, an ingredient that went through a 4-week transformation so it could do something in this cheesecake that a fresh lemon never could. Every decision in this recipe ran through the Healthy Skillet Standard. Non-iodized salt, sourced to flavor purity, brine clarity, and result predictability. Filtered water, sourced to published research on chlorine inhibiting lactic acid bacteria at a tap water concentration. Fermented lemon, sourced to peer-reviewed evidence on bioavailability, increases and peel transformation through lactofermentation. A2 labneh, sourced to protein concentration data and structural behavior at a 48-hour drain. Fermented blueberries, sourced to published antioxidant and sugar reduction research with an honest disclosure on what the data does and does not yet quantify. No bake, no cream cheese, no untested claims. Every ingredient evidenced, every decision disclosed. That is the Healthy Skillet Standard, and that is the only reason this cheesecake is on this channel. The recipe's in the description. Subscribe if you are not already. I will see you in the kitchen.